I'm here at AUSA 2016 talking with Jim Matroka, Senior Program Manager, Navistar Defence. Jim, we're at a military exhibition. We're standing beside a bright red international brand dump truck. Could you perhaps explain to us the significance of this product at essentially a defence exhibition?
Right. Why would a commercial heavy dump truck be at a defense exposition? Well, that's really the strength of Navistar Defense. As a commercial OEM, we make thousands and thousands of trucks every day. And the heavy dump truck program that will be launched by the U.S. government is an example of one of those programs where that commerciality can really bring leverage to the U.S. government. So for the heavy dump truck program that will be launched in the coming months, the commercial truck that you see is a perfect fit. It's a heavy dump truck. HX is one of two platforms that Navistar Defense makes that really can support and meet all of those requirements, save some of the tactical requirements. That's where the defense comes in, Navistar Defense comes in. So we can take the commercial application, tweak that a bit, and tailor it to meet those requirements for the ultimate U.S. government program of record. And that's what you see here today, a heavy dump truck. It's a great product and can really provide some leverage of affordability, capability, and scale to the U.S. government.
And the heavy dump truck program, that's to replace the M900 series dump truck?
Right, that's correct. There's a great heavy dump truck, which is for the horizontal construction platoons. A lot of the heavy dump truck work in the U.S. Army today is done with the old M917 series. Those units are being replaced in the coming months. And the government is really coming up with what industry is looking at, what industry has to offer to meet that new requirement in the next 10, 20, 30 years. So we feel like we've got a great product to support that.
Now, if I remember correctly, some of the M900 series and the dump trucks in particular, they have an armoured cab option or have had a replacement or applique armoured cab package for Afghanistan and Iraq. How would Navistar meet that requirement in the future with this type of truck?
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, what's changed about the heavy dump truck? And what's really changed is the requirement that the cab itself provide an armored protection solution. So what we see is some of the latest technology to address that. And the idea is that armored cab that goes on this truck can swap in and swap out. So what's on it right now is a commercial thin skin cab, and it's not armor protected in any way. But we have a technical solution that can take that thin skin cab and replace it with an armor cab that meets and exceeds all the requirements in theater. And that cab swap technology is the latest technology to make sure that the truck, as it's operated, can meet or exceed those requirements in theater as it's used.
And you are showing an example of the replacement cab here at the show?
Yes, we are. We're showing an example of how essentially the inside, the instrument panel, all the contents of that cab are just reused. They're taken from the commercial cab and they're put into an armored shell. And that armored shell will provide that armor and ballistic protection. And that ballistic protection will be state of the art. So as the technology moves in the coming years, 10 years, 20 years, and that armor technology improves, just that cab will improve. So for affordability for the government and making sure that technology keeps pace, the new strategy will be to allow it to happen with a cab swap to an armored cab.
And the cab that you're showing to drop into this particular truck, does that have any commonality with the 7000 series armored cab?
Yeah, that's a great question. You know, the idea of sustainment and the idea of sustainment being done by commercial solutions, which is commercial part numbers, access, thousands of dealers around the globe. So the armored cab solution will be common with the Workstar fleet, the 7000 series, and you'll see an example of it that is, in fact, essentially the same product. So you have commonality in parts and service and sustainment, and that will be a lot to reduce and really to minimize the total life cycle cost for the government and their options.
And finally, you say that this truck is going to be targeted at the US Army's heavy dump truck requirement. Do you have any timeline, any numbers or any information on that program that you can share with us at this time?
Yeah, our understanding is the U.S. government is looking at in 2017 to provide an RFQ out to industry for a competition to respond to the replacement of the 917. So this is one of two platforms that will meet those requirements. So we should see it within 3 to 4 months.
Excellent. Thank you very much.